Hello friends, welcome once again to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Kisiwa and I share content on study abroad and scholarship opportunities. So if you want to be updated on any scholarship opportunity or any study abroad opportunity, you can subscribe to the channel and turn the post notification on so you don't miss any of the videos I post onto this channel. Now for today's video, I've taken time to go through some universities that accept low CGPA for their graduate programs between 2.0 to 2.75. Now, irrespective of this low CGPA, you can still apply for graduate assistantships, okay? So if you're curious to know more about these universities and then their programs, then do well to watch the video to the end. So the first university on our list is Moray State University. It's a public university located in Kentucky. This university has an acceptance rate of 84%. Now, with this university, the minimum university requirements for unconditional admission is an overall of 2.75 grade points on a scale of 4.0. And for conditional admission, you may be granted admission with a grade point between 2.25 and then 2.74. Now, for some program, they can admit students conditionally if you have a grade point between 2.0 and 2.24. This happens when the academic school or college reviews the student's record and it indicates a likelihood of success. The programs they offer are listed here. So they have doctorate degree and master's degree program and also certificates. And in total, they have 30 plus programs for graduate studies. So that is basically all about their general admission requirements. Still on Moray State University, some of the programs does not even mention specifically the grade point. So a program like MS in chemistry, it says that all applicants to the Moray State graduate program apply to Moray State University online. The chemistry department also requests that you provide a personal statement and 2 letters of recommendation. So this is basically what they require from you, and even with a minimum CGPA, you will be accepted into this program. Now, approximately 70% of their graduate students receive some type of financial aid or help with attending graduate school. And so you can explore this. This is not the main focus in today's video, so I wouldn't go much into it, but you can explore it and look at their requirements as well. The next university on our list is Southern New Hampshire University. It's a private non-profit organization and the acceptance rate is 96%. Okay, now with this particular university, it's stated here for their general admission requirement that with a minimum CGPA of 2.75 on a scale of 4.0 or its equivalent, students can be admitted. Also, students with a cumulative GPA between 2.0 and 2.74 may be eligible for a provisional admission. So yes, this is for Southern New Hampshire University. The next university is Western Illinois University, which is a public university located in Illinois, and the acceptance rate is 75%. Now, for those who are applying for the fall 2025 admission, you can apply throughout the month of October for absolutely free. You don't pay application fee if you're applying through the month of October. Now, moving on to the graduate admission requirement. It states here that applicants must have a combined undergraduate GPA of at least 2.75 on a scale of 4.0 for all college courses attempted, or have a 3.0 or higher GPA for the last 2 years of graduate work attempted. So yes, that is it for this university. That's Western Illinois University. So this also their GPA requirements for admission. Next, we have the University of Toledo, and this university is a public research university in the state of Ohio. They have an acceptance rate of 92%, and for their Graduate admission requirements. With this particular one, you have to search for the college and then the program as well. So for international students, everyone, let's say the College of Business, that's what we're looking at, and a master's degree program. You select the program you're interested in. So let's say MBA Finance. Okay, so the GPA requirement is 2.70 and the graduate GPA. Okay, this is a minimum GPA required for MBA, and no GRE is required here. GRE is not required. They also didn't mention any recommendation letter. It's only your resume or your CV is what is required from you. Now let's look at another program still under the College of Business. So let's see Public Health Management. Okay, so minimum CGPA of 2.70 and GRE is not required, and you are only required to submit your CV or resume and then your transcript. That's basically all that is required. Now let's go to College of Engineering. Let's go to cybersecurity. For the cybersecurity program, the minimum GPA requirement if you're applying with your undergraduate coursework is 2.8 on a scale of 4.0. And if you're applying with your previous graduate coursework, the minimum requirement is 3.0 on a scale of 4.0. GRE may be required if you're an applicant whose degree is not from a non-US institution. Resume is required and then letter of recommendation. 3 letters of recommendation is also required. That is for this program. Now let's look at chemical engineering under the same college. With this, applicants must apply with at least 3.0 on a scale of 4, and GRE may be required if your degree is from a non-US institution. Statement of purpose is not required, resume is not required, but 3 recommendation letters are required. Okay, so that is it for this program. Now the last college we'll be looking at is education. And so okay, let's look at educational technology. Okay, so minimum requirement is 2.70 and the graduate grade point average, and GRE is not required. Statement of purpose is required, resume is required, 1 letter of recommendation is also required. So yeah, that is it for the University of Toledo. So you can go through the program of interest and it will pop up with the requirement. The requirements will pop up for you to know what and what not to submit for admission. Next, we have California State University, Channel Island. This university is also a public university located in California, and the acceptance rate is 90%. University, you have to go through the admission requirement program by program. So I was able to go through some of them, not all of them. So for international admission for an MBA program, they've stated the application periods and deadlines here. And then for the admission requirements, you should apply with a minimum of 2.75 on a scale of 4.0 or 2.75 in the last 60 semesters units completed. So yeah, it's either the overall cumulative GPA of 2.75 or 2.75 in the last 60 semesters. That's the last 2 years of your studies. So that is the requirement for MBA. If you're applying for MS Computer Science program, the general admission requirement is to have a minimum of 2.75 out of 4 cumulative undergraduate GPA or 2.75 in the last 60 semester units. That's the last 2 years of your undergraduate studies. So it's just like the MBA. Now let's look at the last program here, which is MS Biotechnology and Bioinformatics. The admission requirement is also the same, to have a minimum of 2.75 out of 4.0 cumulative undergraduate GPA or 2.75 in the last 60 semester units completed. That's 2 years. So yeah, that is the few I can go through. You can also check for the program of interest, the program you are interested in. You can look at their requirement and then you know what to and what not to submit for your admission. Again, we have California State University in East Bay. It's also a public university with an acceptance rate of 96%. For their general admission requirement, you should have attained a grade point average of at least 2.5 in an acceptable and baccalaureate degree, or you have attained a grade point average of at least 2.5 on a scale of 4 in the last 60 semester units attempted. So yeah, this is also for California State University in East Bay. The next university on our list is Northwest Missouri State University, which is a public university in Missouri. They have an acceptance rate of 86%, and they've got quite a lot of master's degree programs, graduate degree programs available, both online and offline as well. Now, for you to be considered for admission as an international graduate student, the cumulative undergraduate grade point average is 2.5 on a scale of 4.0. For the School of Health Sciences and Wellness, if you go to their graduate assistantship site, it states that graduate assistantships are available on a competitive basis for qualified students. Students must be fully accepted into a graduate program and have a 2.75 cumulative undergraduate GPA to be initially eligible for assistantship. Okay, so you need a 2.75 to be eligible for assistantship. Now you have to maintain 3.0 to maintain your assistantship or to keep your assistantship uh, funding. Okay, and they have these programs under the school. So if you are interested in any of these programs, I recommend you look at Northwest Missouri State University. Okay, so that is it for Northwest. The next university we have here is Fort Hays State University, which is also a public university with an acceptance rate of 88%. Now, the university accepts a minimum GPA of 2.5 cumulatively or on the last 60 hours of graduate studies. Okay, so if your cumulative GPA is lower than the 2.5 and you already have earned a graduate degree with a minimum of 3.0, this can be used for admission. However, this university requires transcript evaluation, just so you know. The next university is California State University, again, Fresno, and it's a public university also with an acceptance rate of 95%. Also with this university, you should have earned a grade point average of at least 2.5 on the last degree completed by the candidate, or attain a grade point average of 2.5 on a scale of 4 in the last 60 semester units attempted. So yeah, there's a minimum requirement for the California State University, Fresno State. Now, the next university again is California State University, Long Beach. It's also a public university with an acceptance rate of 40%. So low. Okay, the acceptance rate is very low for this particular state, and the admission requirement or the minimum grade point requirement is at least 2.5 on the last degree completed by the candidate, or have attained a grade point average of at least 2.5 in the last 60 semester unit attempted. So yeah, it seems most or all the California State universities have the minimum requirement of 2.5. Okay, minimum GPA requirement to be 2.5. So that is it for this one also. Then the last California State University we're looking at is Northridge, and they have an acceptance rate of 91%. Acceptance rate of 91%. For their admission requirement, just like the other California State universities we've looked at, you should obtain at least 2.5 in a baccalaureate degree or attain a GPA of at least 2.5 in the last 60 semester unit attempted. Okay, so yeah, that's basically all for the California State Universities. Now, the last university we're looking at is Tarleton State University, and this university is located in Washington with an acceptance rate of 87%. Now, with this university, they've listed all the graduate programs on one side. I mean, all the admission requirements for the programs on one side is in a tabular form, so it's easy for you to identify the requirement, the additional requirements, if there is a need for you to contact the department, or if the department needs additional requirements. It's all been stated or listed on one particular site or one particular page. So when you come to the College of Agriculture and Natural Resources, they have the programs here. Okay, and then the minimum GPA required, and if GRE is required, is also listed here. So for this college, GRE is not required for any of their programs. Okay, and they've also stated if you need any other departmental requirements, it's also been listed here. For the School of Business, also it has been listed here. For all the business programs, the minimum requirement is 2.5. However, for you to skip GRE or GMAT as part of your requirement, then your CGPA should not be below 3.0. Should not be below 3.0. Okay, some of the programs don't require GRE at all. Okay, so for business administration, that's for the MBA program, it says not required for spring, summer, or for 2024. That of 2025 has not yet been released, but I'm sure it will be like the same thing. With the accounting program, you need departmental approval before you will be admitted. Aside that, you don't need any departmental approval with any of the other programs under the College of Business. Under education, yeah, so most of the programs don't require GRE. Here, their minimum GPA, it depends. Some are 2.75, others are 3.0, others are between 2.5 to 2.99. So it depends. Okay, so this makes it easy for you to go through the programs and then know what and what not to submit for your application, and also the requirements as well. So they've all been listed here. Very simple to go through them. Surprisingly, their School of Engineering do not require GRE, and they have a minimum GPA of 2.5. That's interesting. So yeah, this is basically all I have for you in today's video. So you can go through all these universities, and if you're interested in any of them, do well to contact your department if need be. But it's always advisable to contact your department and then at least introduce yourself before you submit your application. So that is basically all for today's video. Thank you so much for staying till now, and see you in my next video. It's a bye for now.